So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi Saturday Night Live with guests. And we've got guests with good news. Chris got a new fish today.
Yeah, nice.
In fact, actually, Chris got two new fish today. Well, he didn't. He got a new fish and his son got a new fish.
Yeah.
How's the man back he settled in?
Yeah, they're both settled in really well. Really, really well.
I'm not worried about it either. That'll fucking settle in anywhere. That just eats and eats and eats. But we do have, before we go any further, we do have a new face with us this evening. Alex, welcome to Saturday Night Chaos.
Hi.
Right. Alex is a subscriber to most of the YouTube channels out there, but I've also cajoled him on to the live tonight because he also entered into a show this year for the first time ever. And how many awards did you come away with, Alex, in total?
I had 10 fish in the vat, and I had 9 fish that took prizes. Well, I'm saying that I had 7 first in class and size, 1 in second in class and size, 1 in third in class and size. I had best newcomer. I also had best Ginrin in the show, and also held young champion as well. So
my word!
Elated for my first show, and on that note, most of the fish that I had in my vat on the day were reserve fish. They weren't actually, most of the fish weren't the fish that I was actually intending to take to the show. So that was even better again. So yes, I'm well chuffed. Well chuffed.
Mate, that is
that's
like
a little flex, that, isn't it? It's not even going and trying, it's just a little flex.
That's not even a flex. That's a come in, swipe your arm across and say, I'm here. What's next?
You should have said.
Look like that, yes, yeah. And I
You
believe
should have said, what didn't you win?
Well, that's true, yeah.
Yeah,
I was well pleased. I was a little bit worried when the judges were hanging over the vat because they kept walking away from my vat and then coming back to my vat. They've done that 3 times, and I thought there was something wrong. But word on the ground was that the judges were impressed with the fish that were in the vat. So yeah, I was hoping to get at least 1 or 2 in first in class and size, but to come away with some trophies as well was just, yes, it was beyond my expectations.
You took young champion with a non-go Sankey, didn't you?
A Suri it was. A nice wee Shiro. And I had a Ginrin Kahaku, which took best Kin Ginrin in the show. So yeah, they 2 alone that provided trophies my way was just, yeah, it was so much fun. It was just I just can't wait to do it again next year.
I was going to say, is it are you in for next year?
I think I've got the bug now. I think I've got the bug.
It is a bug, isn't it? So what was your preparation leading up to? Because literally your show is bang in the middle of the major feeding window. So how did you cope with that leading up to the show?
I did have a bit of a hiccup right before the show in regards to, I took information from a certain individual that I follow on YouTube in regarding to salting the koi before you put them into the show, just to strip back a little bit of the mucus and just to let the colours come through. And whether I'd done the treatment too long or too harsh, it burnt some of the tails on my fish. That's how some of the bigger fish that I was wanting to take to the show didn't end up going to the show. So on that alone. But other than that, it was just simple and easy. Stop feed 7 days before the show and take them along and see what
roll the dice. So you didn't change your food leading up to it?
I didn't. No. They've been on sake ever since the temperatures came up. just past spring. Once I got up to about 16, 17 degrees, I started
Is
growing
that
sake.
colour or balance?
It was a mixture, 70% growth and 30% colour. And
Right.
they've been on that most of the season. I'm just starting to taper off on the sake now, and I'm going to be switching on to the wheat germ and balance for the rest of the remainder of the season while I've got the temperatures.
Yeah.
Once the temperatures start tapering off, yeah, I'll be straight back onto the lower protein foods.
So, where's your trophies then? I thought you would have had them sat with you.
Well,
I mean, mine didn't leave my side for at least 2 weeks.
The three big trophies are away getting engraved at the moment, but I have got three smaller trophies that I get to keep because the bigger trophies just get your name on the plaque, you hold them for a year,
Right.
and then you get returned back to the club. So yeah, I've got. Hold on a second.
Well, see, I told you that. I knew they wouldn't be far.
Yeah, best newcomer and best King Gindren.
He couldn't not get best newcomer.
No, not after taking all those. No.
First show.
There's young champion. There's some of the
Mate.
rosettes. What was it? 12 rosettes in total I had. So yes, I've got my Filter house is getting decorated.
Oh, mate, you're going to need a big trophy cabinet if that's what you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put an extra couple of shelves in the Filter house, I think.
But at the same time, the same thing Pa said to me when I walked through the door after I got back last year. He said, "Well, you set the bar high now, boy."
Well,
So
yeah,
you've gone from there to here.
Yeah, yes.
What
Most definitely. But,
what are you
still
going to
looking
do
forward
next
to
year to top that?
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to it though. Yes, I'm hopefully going to start taking some of my bigger fish to the next year's show. The ones that I couldn't take to this year's show. So hopefully I'll get something out of those. Yeah, as I say, I'm well up for it. I'm well looking forward to it. I've got the bug. I know how you felt now, Vince, when you got best. What was it? Oh God, best
Best Deutsch was the first year.
National.
Yeah, and best in class this year.
Probably still a little bit too up there for me, but yeah,
Mate,
it's doing really well. We're getting new members. A lot of new members signed up for this season, for this year. So
that's awesome.
It's getting bigger, it's getting better, and it's run really, really well. And as I say, I can't wait to next year.
You know what? I'm really surprised at how much. I don't know why I'm surprised, but really surprised at how much koi keeping's actually in Scotland, because I get people all the time that message me saying, "Can you ship to Scotland?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can." I've got loads of Scottish customers. I've got one guy called Mark that's in Dundee. I'm doing a big shipment to him next week, and his pond's 10 meters by 10 meters and 3 meters deep. Absolutely huge.
3 meters deep. Jesus Christ! How do they do pan net handles long enough?
I know.
What if it's at the other side, 10 meters away and 3 meters down?
That's on a few
That's good, guys.
He'd have to have one of them carp fishing boats to get into the middle of it.
Yeah, I'll find a video of it. He's got a liner in it, and he had a leak in the liner, so he had to drain it and patch it. Yeah, it's a massive pond. Just find it.
Oh, mate. That's a lot of water to empty out and then try and put back in.
Yeah, I wouldn't fancy his water bill.
I know. I don't know if it has one or not, but this is. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but can't really tell. But
Mate.
Let me have a look at another video. Yeah, look, you can see better on that.
I guess.
That's deep.
That's out of like a window, I think. Crazy, isn't it? But he's got and there's oh no, and the video, but he's got some fish in there, and they're like 70 cm, and they look like so size. It's crazy. But he's ordered a couple of red tigers off me from Dietary, and they're gonna absolutely blow up in there with that amount of water.
Is that the Benny guys?
Yeah, then you go,
Yeah.
just call them what they call them now.
Mate, we call it what it is. It's a Benny guy, whether it's a blue dragon Benny guy or a
It's a goldfish,
freaking
isn't it?
it's just
big goldfish.
well. But saying that, if you get the right one, then they can look like any single coloured fish. You get the right one with the right body, they do. They just pop.
I love them, mate. I'm gonna have one in my account. One of the ones he's bought was I know a lot of people don't go after stars, but it's a 4-star one I bought in the auction, and it came to me at 39 cm outside. Massive.
Oh, mate. And evening, Raphael. How are we over there in Manchester?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Mate, I can't believe you've got a centimetre on that Deutsche Karashigai already. You doing? Pouring it down his throat.
Yeah, he's they're eating around like 6 times a day now. The only thing is because my pond is brand new, I am struggle a little bit with. First, I struggle a little bit with ammonia. Start using live bacteria and all that pond detox to try to put it down. I managed to put it down the ammonia now. It's not in zero, but it's just a bit. And now I'm trying to put it down the nitrate. So I'm cleaning my easy pot daily because I'm maintaining the temperature at 25. So
yeah, but I personally wouldn't clean it every day.
no.
Probably cleaning it a little bit too often. Every
You
2
don't want ammonia to be zero because it'll never cycle.
And cycle, I know it would take time, but the only thing I don't want to have any spike or anything.
Yeah, but at the same time, with a filter like an Easy Pod, especially with the fact that you've now got a new pond again, essentially, because everything's been changed. You've now got.
Well, I think probably next week it will be way better the feeding. So probably I can feed a little bit more. I don't want to feed him more than 8 times.
Is it new media, or is it the media from
No,
your
it's
old
my
pond?
old one, but obviously I wasn't
it
using
should kick into life. I won't be cleaning it every day if it's old media. I know you've got a new liner in there and that, but your filter should spring back into life pretty well.
I mean, I had this conversation with Alex this afternoon on a video chat, and as Raphael can attest, and Chris, because they've both seen it, there is a heavy weight of fish in that Tosai tank. And that Easy Pod gets cleaned at the moment when it starts drawing air. And then it gets 3 or 4 boils, which then gives him a good water change. But that's just my laxness. With a new pond, and especially in Alex's case, where it's a new filter as well, I would recommend leaving it 4 or 5 days, if not slightly longer, because you need that shit to be able to get everything kicking off and going. And that has a lot of people have spoken to me in the past, and that is one of the one factors that we could always put it down to, was the fact that they were cleaning their Easy Pod too often. And as soon as they slowed down on the cleaning of the Easy Pods, they noticed that the levels started to set themselves out.
The only thing with Easy Pod is the static bed, your mechanical and your biological, in it. So if you're bubbling it every day, then you're just making it harder for it to coordinate and settle down, I would imagine. I've never used one, but I would imagine so.
The thing is, because I did have, it wasn't a spike, but it is use a how you call, it was the ammonia was going up, and as soon as I started doing the boil every day, I'm not doing it for 2 weeks. I've just done it probably 6 days or 5 days, and my ammonia go down. It's true.
Right,
I
but
put in every day. I'm putting a little bit bacteria life to take care of.
Has your nitrite gone up when your ammonia has gone down?
No, it's going down a little bit. It's still high.
Your
Still high.
nitrite.
Yeah, the nitrate is still a bit high, but
That's
it
not a
goes
bad
down.
thing though. If your nitrite is high, your cycle started, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's good. Put some salt in, and at 0.3, and that'll help with the nitrate.
I'm probably going to do it. Probably cleaning the Easy Pot after 2 days.
How-
Now, just give it 2 days, and let's see.
how often are you cleaning? We will get to that question in a second, Gav. But how often are you cleaning the Tempest? Because I know you've got the Easy Pod, haven't you? Then you've got 2 Tempests on the system and a backy shower.
Are you asking to me?
Yes. So you've got 2 Tempests on the system. On the pond, you've got your Easy Pod, you've got 2 Tempests and the backy
I got
shower.
3.
Haven't you?
I got 3.
You got 3 Tempests.
Yeah.
Mate, and I thought
I clean it twice a week.
Right.
The
Now
3 Tempests.
I reckon if you was to do that with your Easy Pod, you'll find it all even out a lot easier.
If that was me, I'd sell the 2 Tempests and get a bio chamber.
Hey, that's what I'm going to do.
He is going to put a bio chamber in there.
All right, as well.
Yeah, after holidays, I'm going to build mine.
Sound. Yeah. I personally think Tempests are too small for 90% of ponds. I used to put them on my stingray fish tank. I just don't think they're big enough for what they are.
I've got one as the mechanical thing.
For polishing the water.
Yes.
For polishing the water, but to use it as a part of your main filter, it doesn't do the job. But for polishing off, they're good. Right enough. We're going with the sort of the bio chamber. It's going to do dividends straight away. Once that's established, then you're going to find things are going to settle down a hell of a lot quicker.
Yeah. And out of the 3 systems that I've got a Tempest on, the only one that it's being used as it's intended as a polisher is the toe side tank.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the Frankenstein pond is the main mechanical filtration before the 3 showers, and the other 2 are the mechanical filtration from my skimmer before they go over the shower on the main pond.
So what you're saying is that the Tempest can be used for either or then?
It can.
So initially, just for polishing.
The only thing is, and the Tempest, when you actually read the box, it says it can be used as a standalone filter.
Mm.
Now, I agree with that, but what I don't agree with, and this is from personal experience, because I've got 4 here at the towers, there's 1 at my mum's. If you're using it as a mechanical filter, it needs to be cleaned with an air pump, because that pissy little bubble you get out of that air tap at the bottom is not good enough.
No.
Period.
Yeah, I've seen that so many times.
When I first built my pond, I had 2 Nexuses, and they went into a pump, teed off into a pump, went over 2 Tempests, and even then, I was having to bubble them up every day. I didn't have I didn't have an air pump fitted onto them, and they really struggled, to be fair. But yeah, it's one thing I wish I'd done, is actually tried it with an air pump, to be fair.
You still
But yeah,
The new bulb is coming with the option. You can put it straight away the air pump there.
Yeah.
The new Tempest bulb.
Yeah.
I got all the bits made up. I just need to fit it and video it. But on my settlement chamber, on the pond in the middle of the shop, and so basically the water comes in and settles, and it goes through 2 tank connectors into the bio, and then to the pump chamber back to the pond. And I just had 2 perforated pipes made up that I'm going to put into the tank connectors and run a static bed in the settlement chamber. So I've got perforated lid for the bottom drain that I purge it all out of to stop any K1 going down. And then the 2 perforated tubes to stop the static bed going into the moving bed. And I'm going to run static bed and then drop it below the tank connectors and bubble it up like Easy Pod or Nexus. And I'm going to try that. I'm going to see if it clears up the water up in it. So I've got all the bits made. I just need to fit it probably on Monday.
Good.
Do you mind guys filling for 5 minutes? My food's just ready.
Can. Let's answer Gav's question.
Yes.
Right. It's made by Seatrams, isn't it? And it doesn't remove it. It just makes it not harmful to fish. They have another version of it. They're called Prime, Safe and Prime. I believe they're a very similar product. They also do chlorine and chloramines as well. Our source water's changed from chlorine to chloramine recently, and my dad had quite a bit of flashing, and his fish really didn't like it. And he started using a cap of that when he's doing a water change, and his fish absolutely are fine since. So he swears by it.
I know. So at the Great British, speaking to Paul, we have a lot of that on hand, ready to go. So it must work for such an organisation to be using it, because obviously I was going to take a load of zeolite and have it on it right there, but yeah, they've got loads of that on hand. I know a lot of people that have used it. I used to use it on my Stingray tanks, because it's so big. There's like 10 foot by 4 foot wide, and it always did. I always did my water changes with that, and it was always fine with freshwater stingrays as well. So don't see why it wouldn't be okay for koi.
How about the sodium thiosulfate for chloramines?
Yeah, for chlorine.
Just as good.
No, that's all well and good. Sodium thiosulfate is very good for chlorine. For chloramine, it depends what active ingredient they mix with the chloramine. Now I've spoke to Andy Finch.
Chloramine was just a combination of chlorine and ammonia.
Yeah, but so they bind it with something, right?
Yeah. Now, because you need to make it stable, because chlorine's unstable.
Let me see if I can find you the chemical.
Is it sodium HTP or something like that? I googled it.
So,
no, E something. 1 minute. So
Right, here we go. I'll read the statement that a Yorkshire water engineer has told us. So, sodium hypochlorite and sodium bisulfate. So they're using sodium. First, they use chlorine, and the second to neutralize it. Now, if you mix sodium bisulfate, if they're using the bisulfate to bind it with, it makes it toxic to fish.
Right.
Straight away.
Right.
Now, after I got that text message, I messaged Andy and said, like, there's 3 people I know that have got ponds, and 2 people are really struggling, and both of them was using sodium bisulfate when I wasn't. My dad switched to using Prime, not a problem at all since. But apparently this sodium bisulfate is when they're doing major pipe work in the area.
Yeah.
And they inject that into it to do it. So, but yeah, I still had the statement on my phone from him. And Andy Finch said that's really nasty stuff that they're putting in it if they're having to bind it with.
Right. Okay.
With that, so if you ever put it in and your fish don't react well to it, that might be what it is. That they're doing like a major service in your area. So since then, like, I've stopped on that side of it, and I've got a bottle of Prime and the complete pond detox that does chlorine and chloramine as well. And I've spoke to Frank and spoke to Andy Finch, who both confirmed that it doesn't contain the sodium bisulfate that I rang up and like, listen, we're not trying to know what ingredients are in your product. I'm just trying to make sure that we've been advised heavily against using that in the pond while they're doing this maintenance. Does it contain it? Because I don't want to say to my daddy, well, here's some of that, throw it in it and just create a massive chemical soap in his pond. But that's all I was using every time I did a water change, just using that, knowing that we've got chloramine in the area. And I never had a problem, but my dad and Mike did. They was using the bisulfate. So
yeah. So what was you using?
I'm quite lucky in my area because we don't have chloramines up here. It's just chlorine. The only reason why I use sodium thiosulfate is when I do a major water change and I want to top it up relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And I'll add a couple of tablespoons full of thiosulfate, just to eliminate any chlorine that does sneak through.
What?
No, nothing.
Aaron.
Yes.
Aaron, one question. Because I know my pond is new right now, and the clarity of the water is going down.
Is he breaking up for everybody or just me?
Yeah.
No, he's breaking up.
Try again, mate.
No. The thing is, I test the water supply. I tested the chlorine, and I noticed is a lot of people.
Is he on his phone?
Raf, just completely leave the stream and come back in again. We can't hear a word he's saying.
All right.
Now we won't be able to get back in because Vince is having his tea.
Aaron, what did you use? What was the different one you used? Was it
I used the complete pond detox.
Right. Is it the one from Frank?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So that one. So after speaking to Andy, because I had the Paula Reynolds one, he said that doesn't do chloramine.
Right.
It's more focused towards heavy metals.
Yeah.
I ordered a bag of the other one, and when a load of people in the area, because it wasn't just me, the chap over the road as well was having a load of bother. My dad and Mike. It seemed that everybody that's within like 5 miles of my house was having a load of bother with source water, and a lot of people was using the sodium bisulfate. So I got a bench tester and I went round a few people's source water, and like I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but it was really high with ammonia out the tap. Like, put it this way, we don't drink tap water in our house anymore. After that, it's quite scary what was coming out of the tap.
I got a unit of Sandy at the National just for us and the kids.
What, for tap water?
Yeah, I just got an RO and a being mineralized with a powder just for us because just won't even drink it.
God, you know, I was looking at them and I was thinking, how much more would I have to spend to get one that just does my entire source water?
Yeah.
So, but then it's here he is. Now he's going to be on and off, isn't he?
Can't hear him.
You get them massive ones for your house, can't you?
Yeah.
I'm setting up an 8-foot marine tank as well, so I'm going to have a chat with Andy at the Great British and just get a massive one, I think.
Right, I'm back.
Can you bring Rafa in? He was speaking like a Dalek. I told him to leave, but I forgot we couldn't add him in. Were you having your tea? There we go.
There it is.
Can we hear you now, mate?
All right. What was talking about, because you just say you get some work on the pipe, water pipes on your area.
Yeah.
I've been having water pipe work in my area as well, and I can notice the water is coming out from the tap water is the chlorine is way higher than before. It's way higher because I test the when you know with those fells you test the water chlorine. It go no, it's like fire. It's not red. That's different level. So I was scared my mini the chlorinator didn't do the work, and it's still doing the work, but I have to slow down the water is going into the, so it takes forever to fill it up my pond now.
Yeah.
Before I can do it a little bit quicker, but now I have to do it very slow. I don't even know how many liters per hour, but it's very slow. So I think these people are changing the water all the time, and it's giving a lot of problem to us. We thinking it's parasites, or we think it is something else with the fish, and it's still something else. It's not only that.
You only have to look at the news though, like how low some of the reservoirs are around me and you, Rafa. Like they're stupidly low, so they'll be pulling water from here, there, and everywhere to meet our needs. And by doing that, you're getting a lot of chemicals thrown in it to make it safe for human consumption. They don't, and all they're doing it is getting it between the guidelines of that fish. They're not even bothered about the statement that we got. When the hose pipe ban came in Yorkshire, they put a statement together about if you are using this water for fish, you must condition it fair. So they're just basically saying it's not safe for fish.
That says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, like
how can it not be safe for fish, but we can drink it?
Because
I don't drink that water anymore.
Do you know it's mad? Because if I did a pH test right now, it would be perfect. But if I leave it 6 hours, by the time the chlorine's gassed off on it, sorry, it's not the chlorine, it's the CO2 that they bind the chlorine and the ammonia in the water with. By the time that's gassed off, it's like whoosh, straight up.
This is a fully purified water.
Yeah.
Right.
I did the
Spanish.
same.
It says it on it.
I did the same thing last week. Right, I did a bucket of water. I tested my water out the tap pH. pH was 8.5. Yeah, I left it overnight. Went to it the next morning, and it was 11.
Wow.
I'm going to have to give this a try, you know, because mine comes out of the tap at 7.5. And the thing is,
so does mine.
my top up does not go through any type of dechlorinator on any system.
You got good source water.
That get me mad. I saw it myself.
You know what though? Yeah. No, it just I got a customer in Swinton, so not far from Raphael, and
Yeah.
he's got ammonia in the tap water.
Yeah, so do we.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot what the reading was, but as soon as he's shown it me, I tested it out of the tap. I sent him straight to Andy. Andy's sorting him out now because he just knows everything about it, doesn't he? So if we get any customer problems now, I just say go to Andy.
It's that easy umbrella, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go see Andy.
I mean, I could sell him a decoordinator, but I'd rather see him good. And I don't know that Andy will go the extra mile and help him out. So I just say, bring this number and just speak to Andy.
He will tailor what is needed around your water.
Yeah.
So you know that.
He did it for me as a hobbyist. So that was what 6 years ago. I know I was on the water, I got a big bruise off him. Never had a problem. The only thing I've started telling customers is because can't count on one hand how many people have been trickling chlorine and stuff into the pond is if you're on a budget, before you buy your big blue, buy a test kit for chlorine.
Oh yeah.
Because they go and buy the big blue, and then obviously a Hannah chlorine test is £100. Can't afford that just yet, and they think, oh, I've got a couple of months before it'll run out. But you'd be surprised if you're trickling in because you got a drum on, you can reach chlorine pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I say get the reader first.
But like you say, some areas their water is absolutely bog on perfect.
Yeah, of course.
The
You just didn't get
areas up north where it's absolute. Well, look at Tafaguchi's water.
Yeah.
You know, it all depends on what part of the country you're
I
in.
just think it's good practice to be able to read what's coming out at the end of it before you even get the filter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can't spread your budget to get both.
Concrete. Liquid concrete.
You've got what? Liquid concrete.
Water.
Ridiculous. KH is 18.
Wow.
It's not that in the pond now because it just dropped with feeding. It drops. I think my KH about 12. I think it is in the pond, but out the tap it's 18.
Yeah, your plastic media will show your KH though. It won't be as ours is the same.
That's one thing.
Like it's always like last night I was sat on the floor down here with a file that's used for a gas torch, pinning the shower head, pinning the alarm scale out of it. Do you know what I mean? People in nice low KH areas will never have to do that, will they? And when you've got a disc that big, it's got about 60 holes in it, and you look at on every one of them.
Yeah.
I have to replace my kettle about 5 times a year.
I wish it was slightly harder where I am because I spend a fortune on sodium bicarb because there's that many fish in there. It just I have the blue light guardians on, and I have to keep on top of it. It drops.
But how much difference is there in the fish when it drops?
When it drops what?
Josh, you're using a lot of sodium bicarb. So if you didn't have the Blue Lab Guardian, just by the way they react or they're acting, would you be able to tell without that Blue Lab Guardian just by looking?
I would imagine so, yeah,
need to
but I
check.
don't. I dose a certain amount every day, and the exact amount of food goes in the pond every day by a feeder. I don't feed them, so I know I've got to a point now where I know how much bicarb to put in every day, so it doesn't drop at all now.
Oh, so it's always ideal to keep a good steady KH and pH. I'm pretty well much the same as yourself, Josh. I run my main pond on an XS 220, and every time I do a clean, which I do every single day, I dose with 3 teaspoonfuls of bicarb, and that keeps my pH steady at about 7.5. And
Yeah.
it's been running that way for the last 4 years.
You just gotta learn. You just gotta learn your pond, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine,
7.5. That's great. My 7.9, 7.8 all the time.
Yeah, you get into a routine with it. You get into a routine with the bicarb and how much you dose and how much you don't.
Yeah.
You monitor it as you do, and you get to a balance of how much bicarb you're putting in either daily or weekly, to keep that sort of steady pH and KH.
It's not even a science act, or it is, but like I have a Pyrex jug, and I know that 2 jugs of that on one pond keeps it up. 1 jug on another pond keeps it up. Half a jug on the quarantine bats keeps it up, and you just get in tune with your ponds. It's just that as a dealer, you're doing it on multiple ponds rather than one. I wish I could have one pond.
Goes back to that adage, though, doesn't it? That every pond runs different.
Just look what Marcus has just put. So when he lived in Dorset, his KH was 30 plus. Now he lives in Somerset, it's barely 1. It's knowing your source water, isn't it, and getting used to like your routine. Like if you're ever going to get advice off somebody, you need to really take into account of where they live and what source water is. That's why like local koi clubs are really good for that, because a lot of the people will be using the same incoming water as what you guys have got.
Liverpool's near me.
I'm pretty lucky, to be fair, because Dave from Decoy TV has been having a load of bother with his source water, and he's on the same source water as what I am. So I'm lucky in the retrospect that I've got somebody else that I can ping a message to say, what have you got in that big blue forehand? Is it now working?
Well, one thing is, when you're using the KH box, I use the anti-love. So I hear people they're using the carbon soda. I think it is no. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
As far as I'm aware, they say they had extras, but I've just gone by sodium bicarb or calcium bicarb will do your GH on it, but it makes your pond cloudy for about a week.
I think there'll be someone out there that says there's a difference between the KH buffer and the sodium bicarb. I have heard someone tell me a difference before between them, but like every person I know uses bicarb and they need to buffer up.
It's not even that though. Like, does the bicarb work? Yeah. Then why would you pay? I'm a dealer. I sell it. I sell it like that, but I just could never tell someone go and get a branded one when I know otherwise it's just not in my nature.
Can you bring Paul Windmill's question on?
You just come back to the old koi test, don't you? Straight.
I'll send you a link later, Raphael.
Well, my comments that I'm looking at, it says I've got no internet. which is why I've now had to put the comments on the stream so I can see the comments. Paul Windmill's question: is the Blue Lab Guardian a worthy piece of equipment to have?
I love it.
I think as far as the range of competitors, it's the standout best in its field.
Yeah,
it stood the test of time.
Do you know, I've tested other ones and I've had panic moments where they're that far out that if I would have salted my pond to what other brands read after being calibrated as well.
Actually,
I
have mine for 3 years, more than 3 years, and it's still working.
Mm-hmm.
I use it predominantly on every single pond, predominantly for pH. I tested it extensively with other pH readers, and it is always the same.
If anyone's got one going cheap, I want one.
When calibrated.
So how often do you have to recalibrate it though?
Once a month, but it's
sometimes
when
it's
you
a month, every
recalibrate
month,
it tells you.
it has a little light on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just starts to flash.
Yeah, it starts
and
flashing.
Literally so easy, dead easy. You just hold it in 4, hold it in 10, I think it is, and you can buy big bottles that are not really that expensive. And it's
I always forget.
Yeah. To be fair, my dad. It's the first time I'd seen it not so long back. The calibration liquid, because I always had them little sachets, and it was a right nightmare using distilled water temperature. I was like, God, this is and he just was like, oh, why didn't you just use this and just had like a yellow bottle or whatever?
Yeah, you can just get a pink bottle.
Like
I get bottles and like that, and they last literally forever.
Are they the same though? Are they only accurate at the temperature that, like, at 22 degrees, like the other one is?
No, I've not read that, mate. I just
I think pH is temperature dependent. So
yeah, they read the temperature. So maybe they fill the gap. I don't know. But every time I've tested it, it's in sound. I use them every tank, mate, and I swear by them, mate.
yeah, it's
So let me put it a different way then. For the price that you pay for one, do you think it's worth the average koi keeper having one?
I mean, you could have, even if you're an average koi keeper, you might not have paid it for them, but once you've grown them on, you've probably got a grander koi in your pond, haven't you? So if you have a pH crash and they all die, then it would be. So it's so I am in it.
It depends how stable. Like, I have never had to put bicarb in my pond ever. Right.
Yeah.
Like, so I think if you've got water that is unstable and you are buffering, then I think it's a very handy piece of kit. And if your water is very stable, and like, I know if I do a pH test now, my water's it'll be blue, right? Once I get to 4 on the KH test, I stop because it's a waste of liquid, because I know I'm going to get to 14.
Yeah.
I think, why waste 10 drops? As long as I know that it's above 4, then I'm all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, it all comes out to source water as well, doesn't it?
I won mine in a raffle. So that's the only reason I have it, because I'm telling you, it's I don't know how much is it now, but when I won it, I was just started on the hobby, and I figured out how much it was, and I was thinking, oh, if I sell it, I can get 200 pounds because it's new. So, but I stay with it.
Is that how much they are new? £200?
No, more than that.
No, they are probably.
300,
I think it's like 300 pounds something.
Is there one that goes to your phone yet, like Cactoily do?
I'm sorry?
What's that?
So, like, one of the features that Cactoily did have nailed down is that if it went outside of a parameter, so let's say that you have it set at 6.5 low and 9 high, it would text your phone.
You can do that on them.
Is that
Can you do that on them?
Yeah, I got the Wi-Fi versions, and I can
no, mine is not working.
I can see all my parameters on the phone.
I bet they're the rich man Blue Labs, though, aren't they? They're not going to be Facebook Marketplace Blue Lab Guardians.
It could be.
They really are, though, are they? I know.
You know what, though, mate? I got there could be 30 grand of fish in one pond. I want to know what's happening all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a completely different scenario, and that's why I say the average koi keeper.
It's hard to define average as well, because if you got the hardest water in the world, but you're growing 300 tosa in a tiny little vat, then you potentially could get drops there.
Yeah.
300 quid for the Wi-Fi one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, 300 pounds is a lot of money.
Another thing is, I get an app with the Blue Eye Guardian. So if anyone has a chance to say I've not eat ramps, I can show them that I have. Because I got a date and everything there.
Because it registers everything.
A graph with the date, the time, where temperatures have
Marcus
been,
is just
TDS, pH. So there's it gives me a little bit of insurance in that kind of sense as well.
I know it's not always the answer, but a lot of these things like that you can get on like PayPal and Klarna and stuff, so you can pay like 3 or 4 installments. It's still expensive, but it's less of an outlay.
I don't sell them, by the way. I don't have an account.
I wish the it will do the KH as well, so you will know more things.
Oh yeah,
because it will be better, I think.
But even when I did used to test my water, one thing I never used to bother testing for was KH and GH.
If you never had to though, because your source water's that hard, then it's in the barn where I am, it's so soft, and I'm keeping hundreds of fish in a pond that you would never do if you was keeping them in there forever. You'd never do that. So KH just gets eaten up. Like I literally buy a 25 kilo bag. I don't know, every 10 days. I'm only guessing, but roughly 10 days.
Have you ever looked into using dolomite alongside?
No, I'm not.
That's something we use a lot down the farm.
Does it cloud the water?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just kind of stuck with the bicard, because if I get a customer coming to view, I can't have cloudy water, can I?
That's true.
No. And Susan I'm sorry, just call you Susan, Susan S, because I can't pronounce the last name. That is just a mouthful. But Susan, it may well be the backbone of the pond, but
how do you say it, Vince?
Susan S, that would do. Well, we'll go on.
It was the oh, that's a fucking mouthful.
Always class, ain't you?
Yeah, me full of class. But at the same time, I know when there's something wrong with my pond, because just the way the fish behave.
Oh yeah, of course.
Tells me everything I need to know.
pH
in the water sometimes.
In terms of pH crash, that could be in the middle of the day and night, and when you've got hundreds of fish in a pond, it can be overnight, can't it?
Yeah.
I have to say goodbye
Hang
to
on,
my
hang
close
on.
friends. See ya.
See you later, mate.
Bye, dude.
See ya. Take
See
care.
you, pal.
See you later, brother. Oh, Stu Bob is in there joining us. Stu, give me a call tomorrow, please, bruv. Even that come round. But yeah, going back to the. Oh, hang on. I'm being schooled now. It's pronounced Shonawa.
Tuna.
Right. Susan Shonawa. Yeah, got it.
I'm
Right.
glad I didn't have to try
Now
and
we got
pronounce
that.
that because I would.
Yeah.
It was.
George.
That's why you just.
I can't tell because it is. I'm not going to try.
But you say about a pH crash, but if you do your basic 4 tests, which is your ammonia, nitrate, and pH, as soon as you do your pH, you'll know if you've got pH crash or not, because it'll either be one or
I
the
know
other.
I've got it on the wall constantly. So I can. The first thing I do when I walk in the shop is look at the blue labs on every single pond, and the last thing I do before I leave is look at the blue labs on every single pond, just to make sure, because my water's that soft. The water's so soft, and with so many fish in, and I actually feed them quite a bit. Because I'm appointment only, I can tailor feeding around that. And if I get an order online, I'll ring the customer and say, look, they had food yesterday. Would you mind waiting 4 or 5 days so I can clean them out and then I can ship them overnight? And it works out well at the moment.
Sweet. So I'm just trying to keep up with the comments as well. They're skittering down at the moment. Lorraine Tamasaba, UK. I've tried shells in my fish tanks. They dissolve, but I still need to add bicarb. Unsure if it's because they're in a canister
You need
filter.
loads of them, don't you? Loads to keep up with the. I say to keep up. When you look in Japan, they have literally tons of it in ponds, don't they?
So that's another thing I've never had to experience using, and that's oyster shells.
It's all sauce water, isn't it? I'm jealous.
Boils back
I'm
to that.
jealous.
Hi lads and ladies, bad news for me. I had the London Vortex. No, confused.com, Stu Bob. Andrew Morrow. Oh, Andrew! I was down at the farm yesterday. Parcels arrived. Absolutely great. Thank you very much. 2 giant boxes full of fucking Jaffa cakes.
Nice.
I was sat in the office, lunchtime. Sean comes in, he nudges me in his ear. There's an Amazon parcel for you, come in start of the week. I was like, you what? And he went, yeah, here, look. And fucking 2 boxes of Jaffa cake. Cheers, bro. We'll be munching into them on Monday.
Wow, he's got KHP and EDV. Wow. Nobody did a quarantine.
Mate.
That's mental.
That's the whole collection.
I know. Did she do PCR, innit? PCR test.
if I know Stuart, he's had fish sent off and they've all been,
It
it's all been
says
done.
evidence. He's had their diary down, and she said that he's got KHV and EDV. Wow.
Wow.
Sorry, Stuart. Sorry, all I can say.
No, Richard, I'm not. It's Sunday tomorrow, but I'll be at the farm on Monday. Yeah, but the only problem there, Stu Bob, is if you've still got half your collection that have survived, you've got 99.9% chance that they will become carriers.
Yeah, PCR test. That one.
So you've got two choices. You either cull the rest of them, or you say, I'm not putting any more fish in that pond until these ones have snuffed it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's an hard decision, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
I know exactly how you feel, because
I know.
I
know I'm a dealer.
had to do it.
I'm a dealer, but it's a little bit unfair to call dealers unless you know they haven't quarantined, because everything that dealers can do to try and bring KHV etc. out is not guaranteed anyway.
No,
unless you know they're not quarantined.
No, you can only do your best, can't you? But
I do everything, heat ramp, incubate, mix, like everything, but you can never be 100%, can you?
No, because it just takes one stress event.
no, not
Yeah.
And if it is sat there and it's got through heat ramping, then
But there's no
a stress event.
there's no real science behind all that kind of stuff, is there?
Yeah.
Saying that.
Stu, I mate. Do you want me to send you a link? Come and join us. But no, that's
I'd not heard that for I don't think I ever heard anyone actually.
Well, there is a lot of it in the UK
I
at the
keep
moment.
an eye on it online.
To the point where they've stopped testing for it now to a big degree, because it's so rife in the
you can only
waterways.
test positive. I forgot where. I suppose either actually got it already.
You can only test positive if the fish is already carrying the
Yeah.
So if it's got it and it's not ill, but it's a carrier, then it'll have the antibodies.
Yeah, it won't show it. So Stuart just said, then don't sell until you know. But as a dealer, you never know. As a hobbyist, you never know until you've got KH3.
Mm.
If the dealer Ransom got KH3 and sold it, that's a different story. But it's always a risk that a dealer can ramp, mix, stress them out, and it gets through. Right? It's not guaranteed. There's no guarantee, is there?
No.
Why did you say it like that, Vince?
You know,
What else could be done, mate?
but no, that's what I mean. No, there isn't anything else that can be done. If the dealer can prove out and outright, like you've got with your Blue Lab Guardian,
that's how I have it, mate. Exactly.
Then
does this not just highlight the fact that we as hobbyists should have some kind of quarantine for any new fish going into our systems?
Again, though, even if you quarantined it again,
you could quarantine that fish for 6 months in your own quarantine, and then put them in with your fish, and then bang.
Could do it for a year. And the fish in your pond already might have it, and that one doesn't. You put that one in, and bang. It's just I think obviously it stands in Japan, doesn't it? And they do keep their eye on it over there, but it's just a part of the game, unfortunately.
I think Terriers 1908 might have the wrong idea. I have KHV2. No symptoms at the moment. It only shows up when it's cold. That doesn't sound like KHV to me. That sounds more like cowpox.
Yeah, because if you go online and look at registered cases of KHV in the UK,
I've got it on my second screen now. I was just having a quick spin down.
It seems to be all fisheries.
Yeah.
And they're not getting warm. Like they get warmish, but not like a koi pond warm. So it can be. It's like 16, and it's in it, and it's But I don't see a lot of dealers on that list. Do you, Aaron?
No, I've just had a right scan down. New outbreaks from 2025, and there's a few in the Lake Districts. There's a few in Lincolnshire, but they're all look like carp ponds, really.
Yeah, they're all fisheries because obviously you're taking a landing net, a keep net, a mat from fishery to fishery, and if they're not making you dip it, even if they are, it's obviously spreading it around that way. Like I know some fisheries make you lie your nets out on the grass to dry them out in the sun before you use them, things like that. But I get it because you're dipping in each pond every weekend. My dad's I was an avid fisherman, but my dad's out every single weekend, and he has to dip them and dry them out, and because he only fishes.
The syndicate lake that I'm on, that I fish down the road, they have their own mats and landing nets. You can't take.
I was just going to say the same down at the farm. The big lake that's down at New Forest. It's fished by a syndicate, but that syndicate are not allowed on site with any nets at all. Period. All landing nets and mats and all that sort of stuff, they're dotted all the way around the lake in different areas, you know. But yeah, they get caught using anything other than what's provided, then they're gone. No ifs, no buts,
you
no
can't
maybes.
blame them, can you? If I ran a fishery, I'd be
some of these fisheries that got fish rolling around at like £50, they are worth so much money.
Yeah, in the UK as well. It's unheard of.
Even more so if you're Polish near Christmas.
Yeah, exactly as well. Yeah.
I didn't just say that, did I? So, well, while we're on the subject, because I've had a few comments on a few of my videos about my language, and obviously these people that are making these comments aren't watching my videos, because if you watch my videos, you will know that my language doesn't change. It's not done for the camera. It's who I am.
Fuck me, no, is it?
So if you can't take it, don't listen. I'm ever so sorry, because I refuse to change for no man.
I found it.
You did a very good job on my video, Vince. It took 2 takes, but you did a very good job.
Guess what I mean? It took 2 takes first, but it was the shortest interview as well, wasn't it?
I didn't give you much room to...
No, you didn't.
I found it quite offensive, Vince.
I love you a bit, but hey, I am who I am, and that's it.
I never used to swear until I started watching your videos, Vince.
They're all in the comments now. Tell them bollock, mate.
Tony, you're looking well.
That's just...
Thank you. That's kind of you.
Got a very nice glow to you.
I did have a doctor's appointment a nurse's appointment this week. She always makes my blood pressure go high when she holds my hand. But honestly, but she gave me a good clear bill of health, which was good.
So Nikki said, "I'm glad you said hand."
Well, I was hoping for something else, but it was just the hand.
Put it on your Christmas list.
Does it involve the sock as well?
What, in American Pie? It certainly didn't involve an apple pie, that was for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now you are showing your age, Tone.
I was hearing you was talking about KHV and whatnot just a little while ago. Yesterday I contacted Rick. Not KHV, but I bought a couple of fish off of him. I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I was going to quarantine them in my show vat, but the show vat's water quality was crap when I got back. So I opted, because I know Rick's fish are clean and healthy and everything else, so I opted to put Rick's fish straight in the pond. I think they've got something off my existing fish, because the two fish I put in started to swim about as if they've got swim bladder problems, and my thoughts are, because the way they were reacting, is sleeping disease, I'm afraid. So now they are in the show vat with a good helping of salt.
That should help the green water as well.
Have you got a heater, Tony?
Not for the show vat, no. But yeah, for sleeping disease, you need something like 0.7 of salt and
so
raise your temperature.
0.75 and 20. So when I imported, I had the Islamaya Jumbo Tosai. So QT them down, mixed them with Terrazzo and Dainichi after they've been QT'd. All the Islamaya lay down. So basically, Terrazzo and Dainichi have mixed when they're young, but Islamaya hadn't. So I did 7.5 salt, 26 degrees, and within 3 days they look like there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, well, I think it's at 22 at the moment.
You should do it. Probably just take a little bit longer.
Yeah, and as I say, I got the salt at, it might be a bit more than points, but it's certainly at 0.7.
I'm surprised you didn't leave them in the main pond and just put. Mind you, that your main pond's almost 8 foot deep, isn't it? So
main pond.
You'd need a pallet.
Yeah, to get my main pond to 0.7, believe it or not, I have to put 7 sacks in the main pond. That's 100 and odd quid, isn't it? It's more than that. It's 200 and odd quid.
Have you got a Chinese food wholesaler nearby?
No. Oh, I'm with you on that. No, not really.
They sell it. They sell PDB salt. £6 a bag.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
I'm a shit dealer, aren't I?
I mean, you're lucky to get it for 20 quid a bag nowadays, aren't you?
I can't do it, mate. Yeah. When I know, I can't do it. I can't not tell people.
Mate, I'm the same.
Koi tax again.
Yeah, Chinese food wholesalers, PDB salt, £6 a bag.
If I need any, Josh, I'm giving you a call.
Yes, Stuart, they fucking do. I don't know if I can.
If you can get the salt up, Tony, though, at 22 degrees, mate, they'll come round, it just take a little bit longer. And when you get them up, keep them there for 2 weeks minimum, because they can go back downhill.
Yeah, yeah. I've had it before and pulled them round from it, but the only thing is, I'm worried I didn't catch it in time. But you know,
Are they all laid down?
Mate.
Sorry.
Are they all laid down?
No, only the two. The fish that's in the main pond are immune to it.
I had it with
the two new ones that's obviously took it. You know, from once your fish have had it, they're carriers for it, aren't they? So
yeah,
you know,
they should mix them when they're this big, though.
Yeah,
because then they recover much easier.
Yeah, well, it's the same when you quarantine. I think some people quarantine their fish for 6 weeks and think they can put it straight in the pond, but you can't.
God.
You got to take a fish out of the pond and stick it in the quarantine with them. And,
it's like I see a lot of places that are bigger than me, and they'll have 20 quarantine tanks. But if they quarantine each individual breeder on its own, then sell it, that's no good. Because like I said, the Islamaya fish looked absolutely brilliant. And then when you mix them, they all lay down because they've been quarantined on their own. So even if there's loads of that available for quarantine, they still need to get mixed at some point.
Yeah, some of the quarantine, that is one of the quarantine things you have to do, I think. You have to mix your fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of places do.
Yeah, because they said to Josh, had it with mine, Josh. Bit daunting for the first time you see 100 fish lying on the bottom in the space of a
it's horrible. Horrible. I thought, I'm testing pH, testing ammonia. I thought, what have I done? What have I done wrong here? And then the penny dropped, and I added the salt temperature, and they all literally within sort of 18 hours, and this is me literally sat there staring at the pond. There's all sort of just right themselves.
Yeah, once you get that salt up and the temperature right, they just.
And then it becomes obvious though if the brand new 2 fish that was put in is acting like that and none of the rest, you know.
Yeah, so and
then you scrape and there's nothing on them, and you test all your water and it's perfect.
Yeah. Well, I kind of noticed when it is all the Islamaya.
When you go through that process, Josh, does that make them immune after that?
Yeah, once they've been exposed, it should be okay, because what should be happening is, in Japan, they should be doing it when they're really small, because they come around a lot easier. Islamaya, he had KHV 2 years ago, didn't he? So I would imagine that he's just being a bit more cautious and not mixing. So I had to do it. So, but you can imagine if a dealer didn't do that, and then they go to a customer that's not got a heater on the pond, it's a lot more of an uphill battle. So I won't say no names, and it's an Israeli dealer, not Japanese. But there's a shop that I went to. He quarantines on the shop floor and doesn't have a quarantine area and no heaters. And I'm like, but it's crazy. No heaters.
Last year, about this time, now a year ago, I lost 40 of my koi, and that was down to putting fish straight in without quarantining. So, you know, my fault. I
really do understand where you're coming from, Stuart. I really do.
But you know, we can all go back and blame the dealers, but I'm afraid some of these viruses, even when a dealer does all the quarantine correct, can still creep through.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, yeah,
afraid.
I get what Stuart's saying 100%. And it's why it's so important to find a dealer that you trust and stick with them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I just not got it in me to do that kind of stuff. And also, from a business point of view, like, I want to be here forever. So doing that kind of stuff, you're not going to be as simple as that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's just the part of the problem. There has been
What's bollocks?
There has been should I say a boom of koi dealers of late.
Yeah, I'm part of that boom, but I want to.
No, I'm not.
I want to do things correctly.
Which was I was trying to segue on your good news, which Josh hit us with some good news this evening, because Josh has got his first stall at the All England Koi Show. Not the All England. Didn't get it right. At the Great British Koi Show in a few weeks' time.
I've
Is that Newark?
Yeah, I knew it, mate. I took the opportunity and a little bit out of my comfort zone, but you don't grow in your comfort zone, do you? So I'll be there with plenty of fish and plenty of dry goods, so come and see me and have a chat.
Good on you, Josh.
Thank you, mate.
So, guys and girls, if you are going to the Great British Koi Show this year, go in and give my man Josh a little bit of support. Send him some love. He needs it. He needs a hug.
I'll take a hug anytime, Vince.
Yeah, that's not what you said last week.
Sold for £6 a bag.
Yeah. Stuart said one of the biggest wholesalers stopped selling to dealers until very recently. He started selling again. Why is that? I honestly don't know who you're on about, Stuart.
I import shit from Japan, so it's not me.
But I am absolutely devastated because Stu has had an absolutely outstanding collection of fish.
And that is why I could never not give it my all in a quarantine. Not fair. It's not fair.
Terriers 1908 says, congratulations, Josh. Me and the missus will say hello.
Thank you. Cheers. Looking forward.
Are you taking dry goods or is it just you and the koi?
No, me, the koi and dry goods. Everything. Food.
Is it a wide variety of dry goods or just
everything, mate. 1 minute, got the phone. Where is it? Here it is. It's having me. So I can literally round up what I'm taking. Dry. Got pond detox UVs, pumps, treatments, showers, bottom drains, media bowls, food, bacteria, auto feeders, clothing, test kits, nets, everything, basically.
I'm not laughing at you, Josh. I'm just laughing at the comment. And you are right there, Paul. He says, Alex looks like Hellraiser with the pins coming out of his head. Remember the old horror film?
He looks like this. He looks like the sunshine baby of Teletubbies.
This is a bad idea.
You love it. Oh, and Tom said, are you taking a trailer load of salt as well?
I will have salt there.
£15 a bag.
Isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's got to make a bit, hasn't it?
£7 a bag then. Yeah, I might have some Sankey for sale before long. Get my
Mate, you want to leave the surface of the water free of some fucking food for once every now and then.
wow.
Every video you see of them fish, all you can see is a sea of food across the top
Yeah,
of the fucking
they
tank.
have a break when I'm asleep. Yeah, I want to get my £100 back, so there'll be a few for sale.
Mate, I've seen your fish, and you've definitely got more than your fucking money's worth.
No,
Out of it,
absolutely. Well, I still want to get
without a
still
shadow
want to
of
get
a
me
doubt.
£100 back.
No ifs, no buts, no
Actually-
maybes. I still think he's injecting them with fucking
Actually, it's
steroids.
more like £500 the amount of food I put in them.
Well, yeah, there is that too. How much ends up in the Easy Pod as well?
What food? None. None. I tell you what, I was amazed. I thought, well, it's time I cleaned the Easy Pods, and they was clean. They was clean. Them fish are taking it all.
No, I've got to call bullshit on that one.
I'll put a camera in them for
There's
you.
no way that Easy Pod, with the amount of food you are pummeling into them tanks, there is no way that those Easy Pods were clean when you boiled them.
Oh wait, yeah. Well, there's that.
No.
Yeah, but the outer chamber where it all sort of goes round and round before it goes through the media look nice and clean.
You spin me round.
No, they're good.
I'm just looking it to the toilet.
Well, the whole world now knows that Josh needs a piss.
How do you know it's a piss?
Mind you, I done those 2 tanks the other day, and I've sort of put the water to waste, and I forgot I opened the valves. I went back an hour later, and they were bloody empty, weren't they? Apart from 4 inches in the bottom.
I was about to say, is that why there was only 6 inches in the
When I
in
done the video
bottom?
the other day, yeah, absolutely.
I'll explain why there was so much food still on the top, because you'd pumped all the water out alone. Fuck if I'm eating that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I just lost it that day, and went back, and all but about 4 inches of water in the bottom of the 2 tanks had gone. I thought, oh, there's a video opportunity. I can see them.
I'm just glad that my pond is 4 foot deep. So when I do something stupid like that, I've still got a good 2.5 foot of water because of where the Easy Pod sits. As soon as it hits that point, it stops.
Yeah, you're running it gravity though, aren't you? Mine is being run pumped, so I'm afraid it goes right down to the level of the pump. It does leave 4 inches of water in the bottom though.
Yeah, but Lorraine, the difference is, our fish eat it. His fish just leave it sitting on the surface.
I can guarantee that I've not long come back in from there actually, and I pressed the old manual button on the feeders a couple of times to give them plenty to eat overnight. But I can guarantee if I go back out there in an hour's time, it'll all be gone. All this bullshit over, they got to clear it up in 5 minutes. Why the fuck do they need to clear it up in 5 minutes, Give them an hour or so to clear it up.
No wonder you use so much food.
Sorry, what are you feeding them?
Actually, I was feeding them on sake, but I'm not now because I ran out of sake. So I've got some JPD and some Medi carp.
Yeah.
And some Coppins growth.
Tom, he's got no hope, mate.
So yeah, it's yeah. I usually put 4 of Coppins growth jugs in, four of Coppins growth, and a jug of JPD and a jug of Medi koi, because they're both colour foods.
You've got everyone exasperated in the comments, Tony.
Have I? What is that?
Yeah, I've never heard Tony say the F word.
Oh,
Nicky's just gone. Whoa!
Sorry. It's no, well, I don't very often, to be quite honest, but it's all part of normal language these days, isn't it?
No, I want to hear it. I missed it.
You missed it. Well, you'll have to watch the live back and give me some more.
I tell you, this time next year, Tony will be slinging gang signs, won't he?
Yeah, he'll be giving it West Side and shit.
Yeah.
What's he giving it, Vince?
What?
And they do like a nice handful of spinach now and then as well.
Well, yeah, I can't grumble on that one because mine go through gem lettuces like they're Smarties.
Yeah, and the gem lettuce, but I thought I'd try them on spinach. They wanted something with a bit of a bit of pepper in it. They said that it wasn't doing good there by their taste buds.
Mine are loving the old Savoy cabbage.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Kaya? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just checking. I feed oranges all the time for the vitamin C.
Yeah.
And it's so surprising how clean they can leave an orange.
Well, mine have been eating.
Love watermelon.
Yeah.
Mine have been eating figs.
Figs.
Nice juicy big figs. I got a big fig tree down the garden, and when they're nice and ripe, just split the fig in half and turn the skin inside out. Put that in the pond. They love it. Absolutely love it.
I've never tried figs. They've had strawberries.
Yeah.
They turn it.
Actually, the little ones, the Sankey have been the little gazwads have been eating strawberries, but you do have to chop it up into smaller bits for them.
I did give mine leftovers of spaghetti bolognese the other night, and they like that.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of fish with a few knocks from this is a while back now. I had flukes when they came in, and they flipped on the bottom drain. Knocked a couple of scales, and I was putting vitamin C onto the food, and feeding oranges as well for the vitamin C, and they healed up so quick.
Mine put an order in for tomorrow night. They want a Chinese
kebab.
But mine's on the nose up at watermelon.
Oh, man.
They'll smash the shit out of an orange.
Absolutely love a watermelon.
See, mine won't eat mealworms.
Wow. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Won't touch them.
Yeah,
I bet they will now you've got that zebra in there.
Yeah, they won't touch them. They're just sake. That's it.
Well, you got posh fish.
Yeah, they like takazumi as well, but yeah.
Carrot is good for well, it's carotene, isn't it? Carotene? Yeah. Carrot's good for them. Yeah.
Yes. That is one of the ingredients in the munga mix is carrot powder.
Among about 50 other ingredients.
Yeah. And then I add a couple of my own ingredients on top.
Nice bit of paprika. What did you say that?
Paprika.
Paprika's already in it.
Yeah, paprika.
If
What's
you get
the Munger mixing?
What about cumin?
I think cumin was in it.
Daffodil.
Yeah.
No, marigold
petals. Yeah.
Marigold powder.
My wife wondered what I was doing when I put all these petals in a food processor.
I know.
What are you doing there?
Susan murdered me last year because usually Rick buys marigold powder.
Yeah, petals.
Well, last year, all he could get hold of was a 1 kilo bag of marigold petals.
Yeah.
So we tried putting them in a food processor, but they weren't dry enough. So I took the food processor home, spread out a load of these leaves on baking trays, put them in the oven.
Yeah.
By the time I'd got into the third lot, Susan's gone, the fuck is that smell? I'm like,
it's quite nice.
These marigold leaves,
it.
for the Munger. It's like, it fucking stinks. Stop it.
I started putting mine in one of those in a pestle and mortar and gave it what for, but I couldn't get enough done quick enough. So I took note of what you were doing. I'd done the same as you in the end, Vince. Stuck them on baking trays, dried them out.
Yeah.
Put them in Marg's food processor.
They don't need to be in there long.
No.
What does that do, Vince?
Say again.
What does that do? The marigold.
The marigold powder. They're all colour enhancers.
For red.
For reds, blacks. See, if you want blacks, if you want to improve your blacks, you need to get silica in their diet.
Lacto plus clear.
Yeah, that was part of the Munger mix as well.
That is part of the Munger mix as
nice
well. Yeah.
Scoop of Lacto plus in there.
Yeah. And what Rick usually does is he mixes all the ingredients together, which is why it got called the Munger mix, and it stinks of garlic.
The mega
Munger. I use a lot of garlic.
And I fucking hate the smell of garlic, but the fish go batty over it.
Yeah.
And what you do is you get a fish bag, you put a few scoops of this powder in, about 100 to 150 ml of hot water in, dissolve it all up, and then a couple of jugs of food in there, blow your fish bag up like you would bagging a fish, and then you shake the living shit out of it. And
I've done it with antibiotics, and then they won't take it. Put a bit of garlic in there.
You keep shaking it and shaking it until it cools down, but once you can feel it's cooling down, but when you shake it, the more you shake it, the clearer the bag becomes. And when the bag becomes clear again, it means all the powders that you've liquidized basically have then been impregnated into the pellets.
But to get a really good job though, it's really all in the wrist action, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, on the shake, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
See, I'm too clumsy for stuff like that. I'd end up shaking it and dropping it and staying in the kitchen or something, and then get kicked out of the house by my missus.
I wondered what you were going to say about shaking and dropping it. Then I'm a bit concerned.
Well, we are past the 9 o'clock watershed, so
shaking and dropping.
Twisted and Friends After Dark.
Mate, that's going to be next weekend.
I'm busy then, mate, getting a haircut.
Ah, mate. Don't get me started on that one. That one and food. We won't go there. Not live, anyway. We'll leave that for after we're live.
Backstage.
Fine, sweet Koi, how we doing, guys? Not seen you in a long while. It's a good little channel, guys. Get out, give them a like, give them a subscribe. Anyway, guys, we've been rattling on now for about an hour and 40 minutes. So I think we're going to knock it on the head for this evening. After all, it is coming up to 9:45. And I know Josh has got his bedtime coming up soon.
I ain't long got back from May soon in Kent.
His missus sent me a text before he come on live saying he's got to be in bed by 10.
You know me so well.
You know. So, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Raphael, who has disappeared on us now because of family commitments, fair play and all that. Big thank you to my man Aaron from Humber Koi, Chris from Baran Family Koi Adventures, Josh from Satomi Nishikoi, Alex, the Wonder Show Kid, Father Christmas, I've been Twisted Koi. As always, guys and girls, you out there, you're always great. And we'll see you, if we do see you live next Saturday, it will be live from Koi Heaven, or Haven, however it's pronounced, because I always get it bloody wrong. Sorry, Daryl. I know we'll call you in the morning. Night, guys.